you call yourself going with Jesus, you need to be doing this. You need to be following out these rules, these laws. You need to be off of work tomorrow. God trying to give you an off day. That's why we hand the calendar out so you can be off on these days way in advance. Genesis 49:1. Go ahead.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Our father Jacob gathered all of his 12 sons. Each one of his sons had a prophecy that they had fulfilled. And his last son, which is Judah, one of his sons, which is Judah, not last, which is Judah, he had somebody coming out of him. Let's see, jump down to verse 9. Go ahead.
Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion,
Yes, sir.
and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet,
Yes, sir.
until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
This is the line of Judah. The gathering unto the people, to this particular person, which is Jesus.
Thank you,
He's the line of Judah.
yes, he is.
He's Shiloh. He's all these names. You got to understand this. There's no other Savior going to save you. A lot of people spit on Jesus. They don't believe in him. You got a lot of them trying to go to the Father. You got the Muslim, Allah. You got the Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't believe in him. They think he's Michael reincarnated. Right. You got the Seventh-day Adventist thinking he's Michael reincarnated too. I said to all these people, they said, well, he's a good prophet. No, he's the Savior.
Yes, he is.
He's the one who's going to gather you.
Come on.
Don't put like, I ain't gonna say it, but put some respect on his name. Understand that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Let's see what time Jesus is going to gather us. I think it's in Acts 7. He said, our Lord and Savior spread out of Judah. I think that's what it was. But we'll get to that a little later. But this is what he's talking about. We looking at the end. We looking at the end. I want to know what's going on at the end. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. Can you get it, brother? Go ahead.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying,
Yes, sir.
tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Just notice something. Most people, they don't want to know the end of the world. They really don't want to know how it's all going to go down. So I'm talking about the end of the world in them 7 trumpets. All right, bro, I don't really want to hear all that. I just want to hear the good side when Jesus comes to get us.
Right.
You got to go through this first. You got to go through this. And the disciples want to know what was the end of the world. Jump down to verse 21. This is what must happen before our Lord and Savior come back. Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
It's going to be great tribulation. So much for a rapture come and get you out of here before all this happens. I'm going to show you Jesus coming after this great tribulation. How bad it's going to be. Go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
God said, man, if I don't shorten these days, this man going to kill all flesh. Because back in this day right here, there wasn't a weapon to kill all flesh. But in this day, you got a weapon. It's called a nuclear weapon. It can kill all flesh. Every country got one.
That's right.
If one shoot a nuke, the other one shoot a nuke. And they can destroy all flesh in a twinkling of an eye. He said, I got to shorten these days for this man go crazy and kill everything. But all of this got to happen. All of it. All this got to take place before he gathers us. Jump down to verse 27. Go ahead.
For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So what's the secret about that?
Nothing.
Well, they can tell us all our lives. Jesus come back and steal these people off earth. Who told you that lie? He said, from lightning coming from the east and west, so shall. You ever seen lightning strike? It get your attention immediately. You're like, oh, man. Or some people scared of lightning. They go get up on the bed somewhere. They go close their mouth. Sit down, cut the TV off. Cut the air conditioner off, open the windows up. All this stuff they got going on because they scared of lightning. Jesus said, look, I'm going to be just like this lightning in the sky. You're going to see it all. You're going to see me coming. Wow. Go ahead, brother.
28. For wheresoever the carcasses is, there will the eagles be gathered together.
Because the eagles going to be gathered together because there's going to be so much destruction here. They can't bury the dead bodies.
Right.
That's the war of Armageddon. The 7 trumpets got to blow. And then he said, I'm coming. Jesus said, I'm coming. Let's see when Jesus is coming back. Let's see if he come back before the tribulation. Go ahead.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened.
Wait a minute. He said immediately after the tribulation. It ain't talking about the one time that this world going to go through tribulation. That's the great tribulation. Go ahead.
After the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
Yes, sir.
And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Everybody gonna see that. What's the secret about that? Who's coming after all this go down? Go ahead.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Wait a minute. Then he gonna come in heaven? Wait a minute, they told me, Jeff, before we get to Revelation, all them trumpets, we're going to be raptured out of here. What did that just say? We ain't never seen the moon dark and the sun dark and not giving light. We ain't never seen that before. Continuously. We ain't talking about no eclipse. Continuously, this world is not going to give its light the same way after this happens. If you understand what Revelation talk about in chapter 7 trumpet. Go ahead, brother.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Why are they mourning? God, they said, man, a lot of people going to be hurt, going through a whole lot of pain, and they're going to take that mark of the beast in the right hand of the forehead. And they thought it wasn't true. And Jesus said, I can't deal with you. You got that mark. You Satan kid. Go on over there. You want to feed your belly. You want to eat. You want to drink. Okay. You didn't want to suffer with me. He said, they mourning because they know what he's going to do when he get here. Go ahead, brother.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Who coming in the clouds?
The Son of Man.
What is he coming to do? Go ahead.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet.
Yes, sir.
And they shall gather together his elect.
Wait a minute. They should do what?
Gather together his elect.
This is why we're here today. They should do what?
Gather together his elect.
That's why we're here today for the Feast of Tabernacles. Understand what he's going to do. Gather his elect. Who's the elect? The ones that are doing it. If you want to be the elect, you got to follow these holidays. We just did it with one today. Go ahead.
And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
So, 4 corners of the earth, he's going to gather us. All over the world, the ones that keep in these days, the one that understand the plan of God. This is what God's talking about here. We're going to end up there. I ain't going to hold him too long. Okay. But he said 3 times a year you must come up without being empty. So if you have anything to give, you can give it. If you help with your feast, that's good. So I'm going to end with that. I'm going to give y'all a little break. But we understanding about